A lot of people see you play these characters, and by default, they assume that you are just like them. Any truth to that?
Yep. When we did the pilot, I was like, oh, this character is such a character, there's nothing like me. And then I realized that I am literally her.
Thank God.
I am much like Caroline as well. I did not come from a billionaire background or a father who was in a Ponzi scheme, but other than that, I'm type A and positive and business oriented and all that, so, yeah.
And Matt, how about for you?
For me, I'm a lot like Han. I'm probably a lot more reserved,
Yeah.
but I'm a lot weirder in real life.
How so?
I'm a huge nerd. I'm a huge sci-fi geek, and I don't know. I just like to make a lot of weird jokes at random moments too.
So he's
Like
a lot
we
like
did
Han.
now.
Not too far from your character.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with Kat. Yep.
Jennifer, you have some great outfits. Your wardrobe on this show. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo. But let's talk. But let's talk about Sophie's accent. Where did you find this accent?
Well, you know, I was in this small college before I graduated to real college, and there was this exchange student, and her name was, well, I don't know, should I say her name? Maybe I shouldn't say her name, but she was incredibly beautiful. And I used to see her in the cafeteria at lunchtime, and I was always blown away because the voice didn't quite match her. Like I would say, well, I'll say what her name is. I'd say, what are you eating today, Delphine? And she'd be like, I'm having a Cobb salad. And you gotta realize she looked like a supermodel, and the voice just didn't match the girl. I was like, I remember going, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this. And 30 years later. Sure.
And Jonathan, your character is so outrageous. Where'd you find him?
I also roomed with Delphina. I've worked in a lot of restaurants, and I grew up in the Chicagoland area, and have been flirted with many times by those cooks, and I think just being around a lot of Eastern Europeans and growing up, my best friend is a first generation growing up. He was a first generation American, and his parents all came from Russia. And I just remember being in their household, and they would argue with each other all the time in Russian, but they were very sweet to me. And they would always speak English to me. So I just remember them being like, whatever, this is not meant to offend Russia, but just being like, Jonathan, can we get you tea? And they had just like cursed each other out in front of me, but in Russian, so I wouldn't know.
The interesting thing about Oleg's look, Jonathan came into audition he created that look.
Really?
He had on hammer pants, flip-flops, white socks with toes, and a tank top. And meanwhile, all the other guys were in cook clothes. And Jonathan walked in and goes, this is the guy.
Aww. That's an amazing little behind-the-scenes moment.
And Beth was the first girl I saw audition for Caroline. Beth was the first girl in the door.
Crazy.
That's unbelievable. And Jonathan, I ask back to that one question. A lot of people see your character and assume you're a lot like him. Any similarities? Your face kind of tensed up there for a second.
We have the same amount of chest hair. And we're both great with the ladies. Right, America? No, one of us is good with the ladies.
And break some news, will Oleg and Sophie ever get married?
I don't know.
She thinks that's hilarious.
Well, you know, there's such a traditional couple.
A lot of sexual tension, though.
On stage tonight?
That too. That too. Hey, Matt. So who dresses Han?
Oh, well, we have a very nice wardrobe person, Tracy, who dresses me. But, you know, I remember I have a lot of sweaters at home that are very so I won't lie, but I bring those in sometimes.
So you wear some of your own weird wardrobe?
Yeah, I'm proud of them.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. Given the girls are always teasing you, don't you think it'd be smart if there was a supermodel girlfriend written into the plot for you?
Well, I would love that. When is that happening?